Did you see last night, Ed Dranch had a special report. He had flown all the way to Florida to talk with Nik Wallenda about the walk, the upcoming walk. He also met with the family to see what they did. But he talked to Nik about being nervous and about the big event in June.
You know, the day of the event, there'll be a lot of anticipation and excitement, for sure. Adrenaline will be pumping, I'm sure. But it's not all that, I'm not all that nervous about it. I respect it, and I realize that it's very serious and it's very dangerous, but I'm not scared of it in any way.
I'm scared enough for you. I just can't imagine, you know, you could die at any point and not having, I mean, you can't shake in that business.
Right. I think, you know, I don't know, this is kind of cliche, but, you know, almost any event could happen where, you know, you're risking your life. Obviously, walking on a high wire across the falls is a lot greater, but that's his business, you know, that's what he does. It's like, almost like a firefighter. Going into a fire, they know there's a huge risk there, and I'm sure they're aware of that. They respect the fire that they're fighting. But,
good analogy.
You know,
and, you know, Ed, we were talking to him about, he had gone down there and watched the family practice and kind of talked to him about what they do to prepare for something like this.
Right.
Their backyard is a kid's dream.
I know.
Like the trampolines seem like nothing, a baby's toy. They have these swings, they have the high wire set up.
I think it's so interesting, too, because it's such, you know, the whole family pretty much is involved in the business.
Okay, so June 15th, the walk is set for, barring any kind of weather problems.
And I also love that you can go and watch Nik Wallenda practice from May 12th to the 22nd.
That's right. For more information on times, you can go to WIVB.com. We're going to have more on that. All right, here's proof that you never know what you're going to find if you go to, like, you know, the Goodwill store or any kind of estate sale. Here's the latest. Check out this vase. Vase or vase, whatever you say. It turned up at the Goodwill Industries here in Buffalo last month with a note inside claiming it was originally from a Native American burial ground in Oklahoma. Goodwill is now going to send it back to the Caddo Indian Nation in Oklahoma. It's believed to be 1,000 to 1,500 years old. I think that's great, though, that they're sending it back to its original
I really do, too. I think that that is the right thing to do.
Me
and,
too.
you know, I have a quick Goodwill story to tell. I think I've told you this before. My mom put her stuff in the Goodwill in the trunk. My dad took her car to work that day, said, yep, everything in the trunk. She also kept all of her shoes in there. Like for her work shoes, she would just change them after the gym. So all of her shoes were in Goodwill. So you never know, you're right, what can turn up in Goodwill.
If my husband did that, I'm not sure he'd be my husband. There was also a story about another person in South Carolina or something got a painting at like a Goodwill. The daughter-in-law took it to get appraised. It sold at auction for $190,000.
You just never know with things like that.
Right? Just one day I want that to happen. All right, now we want to tell you about an event that Amelia and I were at last night, along with our other colleagues from CW23 and Channel 4. There I am. I emceed the Cupcakes and Pearls event at Aqua Restaurant last night. It supports all the programs and events at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the North Towns. 500 girls take part in these programs. There are 6 clubs affiliated with this group throughout the area, actually. They have 2 of them in Buffalo. There we all are, Lauren Hall, our producer from Winging It. There's Amelia, Nalina, there's Allie, and there I am on the end. And I got to tell you, you and Nalina, all the girls look like this. But I swear to you, you were like runway models to me yesterday. I was so proud of you. I looked at you and I thought, where am I? Because it looked so out of my element. I see you every day so professionally dressed.
You see me in my work clothes?
Yes, and Nalina too. And you guys, you just look so naturally beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And I loved your shoes. She had these crazy floral high.
Oh my gosh, they were a little crazy.
What do you call them?
I'm not going to say.
I was afraid of that.
But I do have to say, you know, the event was wonderful. You emceed it, of course. And what was so great about it was, you know, ladies helping younger girls who will become hopefully successful ladies, and I always think that that's a great thing.
And you're right, exactly. We should have said this from the beginning, that they are looking for volunteers always. Women in the community, business women, to kind of mentor the girls in there. They read with them, they tell them stories of inspiration. You can volunteer at all levels for all amount of times.
Right.
And they have locations, a couple of them in the city, they're all over, and they're also different divisions.
And they make it very easy to get involved.
They sure do. And last night's event was great. We had a Cupcake Orchard was there with these beautiful little cupcakes.
It was very fun, very well put together.
Wasn't it? And a lot of vendors. So